Alright, it's now time for the main event of the Rastafari Super Show. Randall the Chief Keif, Rastafarian Heritage Champion, goes one-on-one in a rematch with the King of the Flock, the Hawk. This is taking place because last week these two were facing off in the main event. The Hawk pulls out a sledgehammer and right whenever the match starts, hits Randall Keif with a low blow with the sledgehammer, laying him out. The bell rings instantly, ending the match, making it one of the shortest matchups in WWEED history. Now tonight, Randall Keif is looking to get his revenge, as the Hawk is the son of the #1 contender to the Rastafarian Heritage title, who is Coldbird. Coldbird will be facing Randall Keif tomorrow night at the Great Nugs of Fire roll-up exclusive event. Now we're going to see if Randall Keif can knock down one of the birds in the flock before he gets to the next tomorrow night. Like real bees that fly. Sparks will fly here tonight on the Rastafari Super Show. We have the Chief Randall Keif making his way to the ring. He's the Rastafarian Heritage Champion and the face of the Rastafari Super Show. You can see that beautiful championship over his shoulder right there. Randall Keif being one of the very few men to hold it in the WWE. A lot of top stars have held this championship. The likes of Young Shallows, Stoner Styles, and even Uncle Kane, the very same two who will be main eventing Great Nugs of Fire tomorrow night, have held this championship. Randall the Chief Keif is the very front and center of the Rastafarian division. And he's looking to prove that by not only taking out Coldbird tomorrow night, he's got to get through the Hawk first. The Hawk, standing in the fog, stalking his prey like he usually ever would at nighttime. The Hawk, he's known for discipline, and that's why his finishing move is called the Wing Clipper. Now, there may not be any wings for him to clip off of Randall Keif, because even if he was an actual weed plant, there's nothing he could do. He's only the Keif. He's not the actual weed itself. Now, if he wants to clip anything off, he might have a better chance by clipping the leaves off of the weed. The weed who's actually a competitor in WWE. Anyways, I'm getting a little off track here. The Hawk, cameras are swiveling around him. You know everybody in the arena is feeling high tension. This guy right here is probably the one you should fear most in the flock. Yet Randall Keif has to face him before his son tomorrow night. I have a bold prediction right now, as bold as Coldbird is. I honestly believe that the Hawk is going to be spitting some bird food out of his mouth within the next 3 seconds, and it happens right now. It's raining on everybody. Rude actions from the Hawk. Punch to the head of Randall Keif. Looks like he's getting sick of it. Looks like he's going for a comeback move. Is he going to be able to do it successfully? 2 clotheslines. Ducks another. Power slam. Back and forth action in this matchup between the Chief and the King of a Flock. And it looked like he was going for the Chief DT, but I think his anger overthrew him a little too far. Referee now going for the count. It's the main event. I'm sure Matt Hayes would love to be here to see this. And just like Agent Kingston earlier tonight, Randall the Chief Keif, the champion, being the second to hit the ring post. That's a LED ring post. That's not necessarily pretty. It's not something that you'd want to hit, but Randall the Chief Keif has a helmet on, aside from the Hawk, so I think it's a little bit different. But now the tables are being turned. The Hawk hitting the ring post. Referee being knocked down by Randall Keif. And it looks like the Hawk was going for a power slam. And that was an incredible reversal. And what's Randall the Chief Keif going for here? Same thing as last week, a sledgehammer. Going for a clothesline on the Hawk. Laying out the referee. Laying out the Hawk once more. No! Knee. World famous knee from the Hawk. Those repeated knees are one of the most detrimental things in WWE history. And now the Hawk laying his own knee strike to the referee, Randall Keif, just like last week, grabbing a sledgehammer, hitting the Hawk over the head. I can't believe it. The referee didn't see it. That was crazy smart antics by the Chief, pulling incredible revenge on the Hawk. Now what's he going for here? The Hawk going for an elbow drop to the head. The referee looking to throw the sledgehammer out the ring. And now the King of the Flock going right back into the attack on Randall the Chief Keif. Randall the Chief Keif really suffering a lot of damage in this matchup. Now he goes for an uppercut on the Hawk, who has 90%. Randall the Chief Keif is 9 points behind him. Throwing him outside of the ring, going to the top rope. Ooh, hits the floor. And I think he might have suffered some brain trauma right there, but that's definitely not going to stop him from his match tomorrow night. The Hawk with a chop right to the chest. Now he's going. Oh my goodness. I can't believe what we just seen. An old school pile driver. DDT. The trauma to the head of Randall the Chief Keif is completely detrimental. And now he's looking to put payback onto the head of the Hawk. And he could do just that with this very move right here as well. Chief DT signature maneuver, laying him right down to the weed leaf on the mat. And I don't think Randall Keif is going for anything ordinary. Slamming the Hawk right into the turnbuckle. Once again, slamming him so hard to the point that the Hawk couldn't even stand up in the corner. Putting Randall the Chief Keif on the top rope. I can't believe the action we're seeing right now. The Hawk using the referee to take out Randall the Chief Keif. And what's going down here? Randall the Chief Keif with the Chief DT out of nowhere. I can't believe it. I think he just had enough rope break. It's just not enough for Randall the Chief Keif. Now he's going for a roll-up. Another rope break. High-pressure situations in this matchup. Taking the referee out. The Hawk using that to an advantage. He has the sledgehammer. Hits Randall the Chief Keif, laying an attack. I think he hurt his leg. Rolls out of the ring. The referee getting attacked once again. Oh my goodness, he misses the splash. King of the Hawk, King of the Flock, the Hawk. Going for a signature stance. And now yet another classic pile driver. I'm back. Randall the Chief Keif taking the Hawk out of the ring. Slamming him onto the LED board on the ring. Back and forth action between these two. Imagine what it's going to be like between Randall Keif and Colbert tomorrow night at the Great Nugs of Fire roll-up exclusive event. This is the Rastafari Supershow. It's an extension of the roll-up brand. Look at that reversal. Referee being taken out once more. Randall Keif going to the outside of the ring. And now doing the same to the Hawk. Going to the top rope, and it looks like he has different plans in store. Randall the Chief Keif now putting the Hawk on the top rope. The Hawk doing similar actions earlier on tonight. And what's Randall Keif setting up for here? Looked like he was going for a Chief DT. The Hawk going for a knee strike. Randall Keif going for a drop kick at the same time. Gets caught with a suplex. And now it looks like he was going for a comeback. Wing Clipper signature maneuver. That was the finisher from the Hawk. He's going in for the pin. After everything that Randall Keif has done here tonight, he kicks out at 1. I can't believe it. Now Randall Keif with a shoulder bump. Picking up the King. Now setting him up for the second time in this matchup. Going for the signature Chief DT. And Randall Keif finally finding the time for himself to hit a pose in this matchup. This feud between the Hawk, really just the entire flock, and Randall Keif has gotten extremely personal. Once again goes for the Chief DT. And now the Hawk setting him up for another classic classic pile driver in this match. That should have been enough to take out Randall the Chief. But being the fact that he is a chief in its own right, that's probably enough for him to suffer damage like this. The Hawk is absolutely ruthless. Reversal after reversal. It's like Randall the Chief Keif could do nothing once again. Wing Clipper finishing maneuver, busting him wide open, going for the pin. 1, 2, and 3. The Hawk pins the Rastafarian Heritage Champion the night before he has to defend his championship against his son Colbert. I guess that was in defense. Randall the Chief Keif has been completely on top of the Rastafari division ever since he won the championship, but now it looks like the Hawk is going to be a problem. Lingering ahead of him going into tomorrow's match and next week.